What up, guys? Your boy Quake back with a brand new episode of the Diverse Mentality Podcast, number 312, powered by the one and only Golden Eagle Energy Drink. Get your Golden Eagle Energy Drinks at drinkgoldeneagle.com/DMP. That's drinkgoldeneagle.com/DMP. They've sponsored all season 4 of the podcast, so show them love for showing us love. And fuck with me, I'll put $1 million on your head, erase you and your whole family. Why am I saying that, right? Why am I saying that? Well, I dropped the Diddy $1 million hit documentary. That's why I'm saying it. Finally, it feels like a good weight has been lifted off my shoulders because I started this thing, I want to say probably December, messing around with it. And then January, I think, was when things started picking up with like Diddy getting arrested and all these lawsuits and, just things just kept happening left and right. And then Drake versus Kendrick. And then I just kind of got off it for a while. And then went back into it probably end of June, July, and finally wrapped it up and finished it. Literally the second basically how my process is, I'll do the uncut version. Everything that intended to be in there, blood, whatever the hell, shootings, which is in this one, obviously, because Pac's, there's actually some photos that recently came out of Pac's BMW shot up with blood all over. So that's in the uncut version, but on the YouTube version, it's blurred out. That type of stuff, whatever, uncut, and as long as I want to use songs and videos and stuff, because, if you upload them to YouTube, they get copyrighted, blah, blah, blah. So that version, I automatically, once I'm done editing, I just automatically drop on my Patreon. So if you're not supporting me on my Patreon, go to patreon.com/diverse mentality, and you can support the $3 tier, the $10 tier, or the $25 tier. That's Respect for $3, Rich Gang for $10, and then Stun Island for $25. If you are on the Rich Gang and Stun Island tier, which is the $10 or $25 one, you get my documentaries 24 hours earlier than everybody else. And then the Respect tier gets at the same time the YouTube gets it. So basically, when I finished this documentary, I immediately wanted to go out. I decided to hang out with my friend because I was just tired of working every single day. I mean, it's exhausting, man. And then, I woke up this morning, I think. Was it this? Yeah, this morning. And edited for the clean version and got it up on YouTube. And it just premiered right now as I'm recording the podcast. So yeah, I love it. I love what I did with it. I think I didn't want to too much deep dive into the beef of Tupac and Biggie because that's not the focus, right? I just wanted to talk on key points that I felt like escalated things that made Diddy more scared of Suge and Tupac to put out $1 million hit. Like that was the timelines that I was looking at because like when this happened and let's just say what's the moment that probably escalated? Basically when Tupac released Hit 'Em Up, right? That was a moment it put on Diddy's head, allegedly. This is all alleged. There's no solid evidence proof. Majority of the stuff is from Keefe D's mouth. But allegedly after, Tupac released Hit 'Em Up, Diddy, got more scared and decided to put a hit out on him. Because initially the hit was put on Suge Knight and not Tupac at all. Because Tupac was the artist. I'm sure Diddy was like, he's an artist. He's got nothing to really do with this. Suge, though, is the gangster and blah, blah, blah. And so yeah, there's just a lot of key points that I really wanted to touch on, but I didn't go really deep into a lot of these stories. I didn't go into like who shot this person, because there's a lot of like theories and conspiracies and this and that. And I wasn't, that's not the focus of this documentary. The focus is, did Diddy pay Keefe D and Zip to get Tupac killed? And what happened with the money? Because there's rumors that Zip bought a club, blah, blah, blah. So I looked into all that stuff and just got the best information that I could get that was out there. Mind you, this is stuff that is 28 years old, I believe. Yeah, 28 years old. So, there's a lot of limited things that you can kind of reach out and get information on. And I did my best that I could do. And I felt like I did the best. In terms of timeline, I did the best. Because even Keefe D and Vlad fucked up the timeline on when some things happened. So I kind of restructured that and fixed that. Because they were talking about like, Suge Knight called out, I don't know what they said, something about the Source Awards. They got that timeline wrong on that. That the Source Awards was the first time Suge Knight actually went against Diddy, like in public. Now behind the scenes, do they have some? I don't know. But yeah, so enjoy the documentary. I hope you guys just give me feedback, whatever you guys think of it, like it, dislike it, whatever. If you want the uncut version, like I said, Patreon. I am gonna stick to a lot of Tupac content right now because I'm in that lane, and I know a lot of people have been wanting me to do Tupac content, and no, I'm not gonna do the Tupac versus Biggie right now because that one's gonna take a lot more, a lot like the way I'm going to approach it is an approach I've never seen. And I've watched every documentary relating to Tupac and Biggie. I've never seen the approach that I'm going to be taking. It's going to be something that's, I don't think anybody's ever going to witness or see, or like based off of what I'm going to do. I think it's going to be a huge bomb of an explosion that, not that I'm going to reveal anything new. I think that is just the way I'm going to structure it is going to be something really, really, the execution is going to be really, really well done in my mind, how I have it planned. So I don't know. I haven't really tapped into it, but these little documentaries that I'm doing, like this Diddy $1 million hit, and I'm going to do some Tupac beefs, like these are pieces to that Tupac and Biggie. Like these are pieces to it, basically. Not to say that I'm going to use the same footage I have in the Diddy $1 million hit and just transfer it to Tupac versus Biggie. No, not at all, because I do everything from scratch. But the information, these are pieces of information that I have that I'm just going to, collect from all these other mini documentaries relating to Tupac and Biggie and whatever, Diddy. I'm going to collect for that big main one, because that one's going to take, I think it's going to be my longest, probably 4 to 6 hours, maybe potentially more, because there's too much tied into that beef, even though it didn't last that long. It's the only beef that I've seen that's lasted about a year that has so many, I'm not going to say a year, probably 2 years, because when Tupac got shot at Quad Studios, that's when things really escalated, but let's say 2 years. It's the only beef that I've seen that's lasted 2 years that has so much things intertwined into it. So, yeah, I'm getting off topic here. But speaking of Diddy, Keefe D, all that stuff, Keefe D, let's get into the news. Keefe D has been denied bond again. So let's go over the article. Keefe D has been denied bond once again in the ongoing Tupac murder trial as the judge suspects a greater scheme behind the money that would get him out. According to KTNV, Clark District Court Judge Carly Kearney made the decision on Tuesday, August 27th, noting that she thinks the source of the funds WAC 100 wants to put up to underwrite Keefe's $750,000 bail are worth investigating. She says this: I have a sense that things are trying to be covered up. Part of her decision was based on the fact that she got 2 nearly identical letters from the entertainment company that WAC said had sent him the money, with one of the letters being signed by someone who has zero affiliation with the business. She previously denied Keefe's bond in June because she couldn't be sure that he and WAC wouldn't profit off the sale of the latter's life story. At the time, WAC said he put up 15% of the $750,000 bond as a gift to help the suspect. So that was denied a while ago. But yeah, so she's basically questioning where this money's coming from, and is this company legit, and is this legal money, basically. Which she has a right to question, really, because WAC 100 isn't, he's had a history of being involved in all types of stuff. So, I mean, it's a legitimate question, but I don't think he's going to escape. I think if Keefe D gets out, what he's going to try to do is profit off of his story as much as he can, whatever story that he's telling. I think a lot of people want to hear from Keefe D after all these Diddy lawsuits, because that would be an interesting interview. I want to see what Keefe says about that. Maybe he might reveal, or maybe he might just make up stories, because we don't know. Here's the thing with a lot of this stuff Keefe D has said. Yeah, he told police a lot of this stuff, so he just repeated it, which if he told police false information, that could, cause more to harm to his life in terms of getting locked up longer. But there is sometimes conflicting things. Like he'll say this, and then the next interview he'll say this. And as I was doing research even for the Diddy documentary, you had little things here and there that it was like the timelines weren't making sense, and I had to fix some timelines and some things. But I do know this is 28 years ago. Keefe's 60-something years old. This is a long time ago in his life. It's hard to remember things vividly. I understand that. So that's something we have to really factor into these situations. That's why it's important, in any of these type of situations, to try to get these people to do interviews. Because not even just violence, right? We're not talking about just beef. We're talking about just like history of like music, like the Get Rich or Die Trying documentary that I make. That is like, if I could have done that 10 years ago when the 10-year anniversary happened, I would have done it. I just didn't have, I was 18 at the time. I didn't have the resources, the funds, the connections, none of that. But my plan is, I would love to do the 10-year anniversary of Future's Dirty Sprite 2, because I was in Atlanta the second that album dropped. And there's going to be a 10-year anniversary for that coming up in 2025. I would love to do that documentary, because that's not too long far ago, so Future can kind of remember a lot of stuff, and the people surrounding it can remember a lot of stuff. But that's just like, that's what I mean. It's like a lot of these stories, it's cool to get, people's history on them. Before, it's such a long time ago that you mix up stories, you forget things and stuff like that. But yeah, we'll keep our eyes posted. Keefe D has been denied bond, so we'll see if he gets any luck in the future. Speaking of Diddy, Diddy has attempted, at least, to get rid of Lil Rod's lawsuit. Lil Rod's lawsuit is the producer that worked on Diddy's Love album that accused him of a lot of things, provided photos, stuff like that. His was probably the most explosive in terms of like evidence and photos and just timeline and story and stuff like that. So let's go over the article. Diddy and his attorneys are attempting to shut down one of the lawsuits against the bad boy mogul, the one by producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones. Jones sued Diddy back in February of this year, accusing him of sexual harassment, as well as drugging and threatening the producer over the course of a year. On Monday, August 26th, Diddy's legal team fired back with a motion to get the case dismissed. They backed up their case with a 33-page memorandum of law that puts forward their arguments. You can read it in its entirety here. So let me see what this is about. Okay. Yeah, this is a pretty long-ass document. For me to go over this is going to be a fat minute. I like keeping these things, though, just for documentary purposes when I make documentaries later down the line. Anyways, Sean Diddy Combs' lawyer, Erica Wolf of Sheer Termonte LLP, issued a statement to go along with the memo. Mr. Jones' lawsuit is pure fiction, a shameless attempt to create media hype and extract a quick settlement, she said. There was no RICO conspiracy, and Mr. Jones was not threatened, groomed, assaulted, or trafficked. We look forward to proving in a court of law that all of Mr. Jones's claims are made up and must be dismissed. Diddy's attempt to get the case thrown out does not address any of the alleged facts of the case, as the legal proceedings haven't yet reached that stage. Instead, it makes a series of technical arguments saying that the suit is simply an attempt to dress up a run-of-the-mill commercial disagreement over money for Jones's alleged work on Diddy's project, the Love album, as a salacious RICO conspiracy. Continuing on, Lil Rod then basically countered that and said, listen, man, I fear for my life. That's basically what he said. So let's go over that. Diddy's sexual assault accuser, Rodney Lil Rod Jones, has claimed that he's been forced to go into hiding after receiving threats for suing the bad boy boss. So in an interview with Rolling Stone, the Love album producer broke his silence on his legal battle with Puffy and discussed his life since he accused the mogul of sexual harassment in February. Lil Rod said of Diddy, he's a monster. He'll do whatever it is necessary to get exactly what he wants. He doesn't take no for an answer. He told me himself, I'll smack my mama. Anybody who can say that even jokingly is a monster. He's nothing to be played with. He went on to reveal that he's keeping his location secret over concerns for his safety. There may have been too many people trying to figure out where I'm at. I moved locations, moved states. Everything is private. My mom doesn't even know where I live. It's been like that pretty much all year. Rod also claimed that his career has come to a halt since filing the $30 million lawsuit against Diddy. Because of this lawsuit, most people don't want to come near working with me for whatever reasons, whether they've been in partnership with Puffy or they want to just sit back and see what happens. He's a gatekeeper in the music industry. He further admitted to being paranoid that Diddy was going to take revenge on him. Diddy has a lot of people on his payroll in a lot of different positions. He's very connected. It made me nervous traveling, going to hotels. I asked if there's any way to remove my name. The last time I landed in LA, I knew he had connections there. I got off the plane worried. I masked my face and changed my outfits, trying to disguise myself. For sure, I was uncomfortable, paranoid, and afraid. Lil Rod will go on to thank T-Pain, who he performed with at the Hollywood Bowl in June, for standing by him during the controversy. I'm broke. I have no source of income right now. Every month, I'm trying to figure out how the bills are going to get paid. I had my phone turned off for like 24 hours, and a lot of people just sit back and watch. He added, but T-Pain is a real friend. His team worked to make sure it was safe for me to work the Hollywood Bowl. How that felt good, but there should be more artists like T-Pain having my back. In his lawsuit, Lil Rod accused Diddy of groping him, drugging him, and forcing him to solicit and have sex with male sex workers. Obviously, Diddy initially denied allegations, and his lawyer denied it and said it's basically a plea, which we talked about a little bit earlier, about Diddy trying to dismiss the lawsuit. And that's the reality of these lawsuits, right? Here's the thing that people don't understand, right? Unless you're in this situation. A female especially, so this is a male, so he's, men usually aren't as scared as females. and rightfully so, because females are a lot weaker in terms of like strength and just they're more. It's easier to get to something bad happen to a female than a male. That's just the reality situation in this world. So if a female gets raped by a celebrity or somebody really powerful and rich, she has to think in her mind, this person's very, very powerful. This person has the ability to just hire a hitman, a person or something to take care of me just because of this lawsuit. And those things usually cross people's minds. And that's why most of the time people don't sue unless they have solid evidence. Like Cassie, I'm sure she sued because she's got solid. Look at that surveillance video footage. I'm sure she's got way more than that. She sued and Diddy settled within the quickness because he probably knows she's got some shit on him. But if you have no solid evidence and you just got, something happened to you by a celebrity, the chances, you're going to be scared of suing, and the chances of you winning that lawsuit is very slim. Like very slim, because Diddy's got lawyers. He's damn near a billionaire. He's got lawyers that are, on retainer that are getting paid astronomical amount of monies to defend him. So I don't blame Lil Rod when he's going through this stuff, stressing out, because having a lawsuit like that, accusing somebody of something like that, is definitely going to put a target on your back. And, Diddy's had a history, even the Diddy $1 million hit documentary just dropped. He's had a history of, things that went left with a lot of people associated to Diddy. So I don't know. Yeah, it's a tricky situation to be in, but that's a lot of the reason why a lot of victims don't sue immediately, because they think about their family, they think about themselves, what could go wrong. And, you might not think of, like, we might not think of it, right? Like when I'm thinking, oh, why does a person sue, blah, blah, I don't really think of those situations. But if it were ever to happen to me, you definitely think differently, because now you're dealing with somebody that's very powerful, So, yeah, we'll keep our eyes posted, see if Diddy can get that dismissal, and let's see if, Lil Rod actually goes through with the lawsuit and actually goes to trial, because Diddy's going to have to go to trial with a lot of these things, man. That's until, maybe the feds might end up locking him up if they find evidence from his homes and blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, I do remember that while I was doing this Diddy $1 million hit documentary, I was looking at old photos of Diddy back in like 2000 or 1999, 2000. And like he has his bag, right? His son's in front of him. He has this bag that he carries and has a bunch of cassette tapes in him. And I'm like, what the fuck? And he's walking out of a hotel. That was very weird, because one of the lawsuits said that he would have these, it might have been Cassie's lawsuits, but he would have these cassette tapes that they would put in bags and they would just take them to Diddy or whatever. And Diddy would say, don't look at them. They're private, blah, blah, blah. So that's a weird photo, and I have that photo. I saved it because I was like, this is an interesting photo, just because it's very weird, to have, who walks around with like a bag full of cassette tapes back in 1999 or wherever, 2000, whatever year it was. That was a weird photo. But yeah, I'm just saying, anyways, we'll keep our eyes posted and see what happens moving forward. Dame Dash's Roc-A-Fella sale has been delayed. Let's go over why. Dame Dash's stake in Roc-A-Fella Records will remain in his hands for another few weeks, thanks to a federal judge. On Tuesday, August 27th, Judge Robert W. Learberger delayed the planned auction of Dash's one-third stake in the company, which was originally set to take place on August 29th. It is now set to take place for September 21st. The auction is happening as part of the judgment against Dash in a lawsuit brought by movie producer Josh Weber. Weber won a $823,000 lawsuit against Dame for copyright infringement and defamation. The proceeds from the sale of Dash's stake in Roc-A-Fella Records, whose sole property is Jay-Z's debut album Reasonable Doubt, were originally supposed to pay those damages. Now, however, the situation has gotten more complicated. Billboard reports that both New York State and New York City want money from the sale as well, with the city claiming that Dash owes $197,000 in unpaid child support, while the state wants some of the funds to help settle what it says is Dash's $8.7 million tax debt. What? $8.7 million in tax debt? Bruh, how is he not locked up? Did Dame Dash ever get locked up with this stuff? Let me see. I don't even remember if Dame Dash ever got. Did Dame Dash ever get locked up? Dame Dash went to jail. Arrested for unpaid child. Okay, he's arrested for unpaid child support. But what about taxes? Don't you get arrested for that as well? $8.7 million? Damn, bruh. Did you not just not pay taxes? Did you just say, fuck it? I'm not paying no taxes throughout my whole career? Or did you just get behind? Damn, bro. 8.7 million? I did not know that. Judge Learberg's ruling explains that the delay is in place to give Weber a time to set a new higher minimum price for the stake in Roc-A-Fella and to decide on the city's claims to the proceeds. Yeah, he's not going to get, to clear out all his debt, he has to get about $10 million, which is funny because he said that in the live, I think. He said, I would like it to start at 10 million. Makes sense because 8.7 million with 197,000 unpaid child support and 823,000 in a lawsuit that you lost equates to about $10 million. Yeah, that's insane, bro. That is ridiculous. 8.7 million? Sheesh, the amount of stress that would be on me would be ridiculous, bro. I had to owe some taxes. It wasn't nowhere near 8.7 million, but it took me a while to pay those. Just the timing of shit was bad. And I was stressed about that. Imagine 8.7 million. Damn. I would be really stressed about that. Weber's attorney has set up a plan with the state and about disperse the money. However, Dash's lawyer, Tarja Bushin, told Billboard that he had no part in the agreement. We look forward to the upcoming court conference so that all interested parties can be heard and the court can decide who gets what and in what priority from the forthcoming public auction. I think it's going to go first taxes, even though that's the biggest bill, because the government is going to get their share of shit before anybody else does. And then it'll go child support, and then it'll go that guy's lawsuit of $823,000. I think. I don't know. I would assume, though, the taxes would be the first one. And the child support and that other guy's lawsuit, that can be probably mixed in between. Sorry, I got the hiccups right now, I think. But yeah, man, crazy. We'll keep our eyes posted. I guess September 21st is the new auction date for Roc-A-Fella's, Dame Dash Roc-A-Fella's shares. And, we talked about him sweetening the pot by offering an original Roc-A-Fella chain if people decided to go in there and bid on things. But yeah, man, I don't know. I don't think he's going to get $10 million for this. Like, you would have to recoup that within, 6 years? Because then the reasonable doubt reverts back to Jay-Z in terms of rights. So the person that invests the $10 million has to recoup that $10 million within 5 to 6 years and potentially make profit off it, because you don't invest $10 million in something and then not make profit off it. That's just, you don't want to break even. So, hey, yeah, we'll keep our eyes posted and see, but not looking good, man. Updates on Sean Kingston and his mom essentially scamming people. That's basically what the whole thing was when we reported on it. Let's go over an article. Sean Kingston and his mother were clearly not interested in talking to reporters after a court hearing in their fraud case last week, as they hilariously ran from the cameras in a now viral clip. In the video captured by Florida's Local 10 News on Friday, the beautiful girl's singer can be seen running to his car as the reporter trails and trolls him, saying, "Sean, it looks ridiculous running like that." His mother, Janice Turner, followed soon after jogging and waving her hands as she playfully yelled at the camera before getting into her car. The pair were leaving their federal arraignment where they pleaded not guilty to conspiracy to commit wire fraud and wire fraud charges and asked for a trial by jury. The charges stem from allegations that the two cooked up a plot to acquire high-end jewelry, specialty, and other pricey items by using fraudulent documents. The United States Attorney Office of the Southern District of Florida believes Kingston and Turner purchased over $1 million in property and unjustly enriched themselves by falsely representing that they had executed bank wire or other monetary payment transfers. Interesting. On May 23rd, Turner was arrested. Yeah, so we went over this. Yeah, man, funny video. And, we're going to see how their stuff goes. But as I make these, I talked about this on the podcast a while ago, as I make these cryptocurrency scam documentaries on artists and celebrities, this is Sean Kingston's one of them. He started his own crypto coin and basically try to finesse people out of money. Like, why would anyone invest in a person that's known for scamming? Makes no sense. Mr. Poopy Butthole, a.k.a. Lil Reese, he did the same thing. Tried to play it off like, his Twitter was hacked. 50 had his hacked legitimately because you can just tell. Here's the thing. You can tell when a page is hacked and when it's not hacked. If you're leading up and hyping up a coin, that you're going to drop a coin weeks and weeks on end, how are you hacked? There's no way you don't notice your Twitter's hacked for weeks. unless you just never use Twitter. And Lil Reese used it often. So that's bullshit. But if it's just like random, right? The Twitter's normal, right? And then all of a sudden you see a bunch of tweets, which is 50. Basically, his Twitter was a normal Twitter page that just reposts from what 50 posts on Instagram. That's what his Twitter is. It's just like a repost from what he posts on Instagram, majority of the time. So all those normal posts, and then all of a sudden you fucking see, yo, go invest in G-Unit, this and that. Like, that's when you know it's a scam. Something's going on. Like, it's no consistency there. You know, if I was a hacker, I would do a little bit more quietly, a little bit more naive. But here's the thing. A hacker doesn't have a lot of time. Once 50 and his team realizes the page is hacked, they're going to take it back within seconds. So that's why hackers just go immediately in, and that's the red flag. If you see a celebrity just randomly tweeting that you've never seen normally tweet like that, then it's hacked. But, Lil Reese had little hype things, and then, Sean Kingston is scamming. And so I have those documentaries. Those are going to be like mini documentaries because I always wanted to go into the finance world and investing and stuff like that. And cryptocurrency is a beautiful thing to invest in if you know what you're doing, right? Everything has risk and reward. Same with crypto. It's not this huge scam that everybody, thinks. It's just the barrier to entry is a lot easier with a lot of things, so a lot more people can scam. That's the problem with crypto. But yeah, it's a great thing if you know what you're investing in and you know what it's going to be used for in the future. Anyways, that's a whole different thing, but I'm going to do the first one relating to 50 getting hacked. I'm going to start out with 50. I'm going to do Lil Reese. Who else? I'm going to do Iggy Azalea, but she didn't scam. She's actually one that's stuck to her coin, promoted it, consistently promotes it, has pushed it to astronomical levels. Like, she's one that deserves respect. I think I might do Andrew Tate, even though it's not music related. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know how far I'll go outside of music because it's a music channel at the end of the day, but that's why I named it Diverse Mentality. I'm glad I named it. I gave it a title that's not specifically, tied to music. So I want to explore that. So that's going to be something that I'll try, and it's going to be mini documentaries. It's not going to be these long 1 hour, 2 hour, pieces. It'll be like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, maybe 25 minutes, maybe at the max 30 minutes if it's a long story. But that's not going to be something that's like really, really long documentaries. But yeah, we'll keep our eye posted on Sean Kingston and his mom scamming the world. Before we continue, I want to give a shout out to Golden Eagle for sponsoring this podcast. Yes, if it wasn't for Golden Eagle, this podcast wouldn't be possible. If you're looking for an energy drink that doesn't tear a hole in your pocket, Golden Eagle energy drink is the one you want to get. Golden Eagle has the smoothest taste with no aftertaste. You don't get acid reflux when you drink it, and you will save a lot of money. So check out Golden Eagle at drinkgoldeneagle.com/DMP. The link is in the description below. And how do you think this podcast would be possible without me having energy to do it? Come on, guys. You guys got to remember this. I need energy to do this stuff, man, because there's a lot of crazy topics. So look how smooth this thing sounds. Look at it. Oh, my God. It's fresh. Look at that Golden Eagle. Look at the can. It's so beautiful, too, man. Look at that. That's so fresh, man. So fresh. Golden Eagle energy drink. Go to the link description below. That's drinkgoldeneagle.com/DMP. Let's continue the episode. Continuing on, Lil Baby was arrested in Las Vegas. Let's go over the article. Lil Baby has found himself in more legal trouble after getting arrested for illegal weapon possessions. According to TMZ, the Atlanta rapper was handcuffed by Las Vegas police on Monday night after he was allegedly caught carrying a concealed weapon without a permit, which is a felony offense. Oof. Baby, 29, was subsequently booked into Clark County Detention Center, where he was held on $5,000 bond. The Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department has yet to reveal further details on the alleged crime, although Baby's attorneys Drew Finling and David Chesnoff have issued a statement about his arrest. Drew Finling sounds like a familiar name. To be clear, Dominic Jones, a.k.a. Lil Baby, has a valid Georgia carrying and concealed weapon permit, they told TMZ. On his behalf, we are actively investigating the facts and circumstances surrounding his arrest in Las Vegas. Update, the cops say Lil Baby was seen on video being passed a gun at the nightclub Encore, per TMZ. Following a police investigation, he was arrested for carrying a concealed firearm without a permit, as Nevada does not recognize carry concealed weapon permits issued in Georgia. Lil Baby was in town celebrating James Harden's 35th birthday. This guy's always hanging out with James Harden. Viral video of the night also showed Baby generously tipping the staff at the Mexican restaurant Toca Marina $11,000. Yeah, that's cool. Shout out to Lil Baby for that. yeah, so we'll keep our eyes posted, man. It's the laws with these gun things is like very unfortunate, man. I think if you carry a concealed weapons permit and you're not a criminal, I think you should be able to carry that all over the United States. I think, unless you've had a bad history with guns, you got illegal guns, you don't have licenses, you have a bad history, then it's like, okay, I understand why I can't travel and blah, blah, blah. But I think I think there should be like a conceal for like the all of America, right? But that's a whole different topic, and there's people that say that don't, whatever. So it's a messy situation. I don't know the laws really well on that, and I need to get more brushed up on that because I got a pistol, I'm strapped, but I do have a conceal, blah, 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 all that. But I don't know the laws on how traveling with it. I've never traveled with it. Whenever I traveled, I don't travel often, so I really am not without my gun for really not really ever. Because once I got a really nice car, I was like, okay, now is like, because people would just come up to my car, tapping on my window, asking me questions. I'll be parked somewhere like downtown quick for something, and boom, 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 somebody just pulls up, and it's like a weird, it's very awkward. At least when you have a pistol with you, if something pops off, you're ready to defend yourself. Not to say that everybody that comes up to my car is somebody crazy and somebody trying to do something, because everything that's ever happened like that has been a cool, conversation with people. But you just never know, man. Somebody sees something nice, somebody wants to do something. You never know. So, like I said, I've told a story about the gas station getting threatened by some random guy at the gas station about him having a gun. If I really wanted to escalate that, I could have said something. I'd be like, I got a nicer gas. It's right on my right here at the glove compartment. I could just pull that bitch out and we can get to spraying in this bitch. But I'm more tempered. And I listen. I think about my future. I think that a lot of these individuals, they hate their lives and they want to crash out at any given moment. That's how I view a lot of these people that resort to gun violence immediately. Resorting to gun violence is your last resort, period. If your life is in danger, that's when you resort to a pistol. No other reason. There should be no other reason you should be pulling out your gun. There should be no other reason you should be aiming your gun. There should be no other reason it should ever leave your fucking your side. So anyways, that's a whole crazy thing, but we'll keep our eyes posted on Lil Baby. This is interesting. Tyga got dragged into a lawsuit with Floyd Mayweather. Very weird. Let's go over the article. Tyga has been named in a $4 million Rico lawsuit against former boxer Floyd Mayweather over alleged stolen jewelry. In the suit filed in Miami federal court on August 23rd, Miami-based jeweler Leonard, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, Suleimanov, accused Mayweather and his company, the Money Team, of violating the RICO Act, along with a number of other crimes, including fraud, civil conspiracy, breach of contract, unjust enrichment, and civil theft. Tyga was also named in the suit for allegedly failing to pay for a Rolex watch worth $97,000. According to Suleimanov, Mayweather purchased a number of expensive watches as well as diamond necklace and a diamond ring from him during a meeting in Miami in June 2021. The jeweler says he received only $267,000 in 2 down payments before the boxing legend left Miami. Suleimanov claims that he met back up with Mayweather as well as Tyga in Las Vegas 2 weeks later and brought with him a 10 Rolex Presidential Anniversary watches and a Rolex Day Date 40 and a Richard Mille as requested. The Rack City rapper, a.k.a. Tyga, allegedly agreed to pay $79,000 for a Rolex Day Date, while Mayweather made more purchases despite failing to pay for items he previously bought. As days passed and no wires were being received, Suleimanov got concerned. It started exchanging text messages with defendants through their agent, Jonah Richness, about when payment could be expected, the suit reads. The complaint includes screenshots of alleged text messages from Mayweather's agent, Richness, confirming that the boxer owed $1.8 million for the watches. However, Suleimanov claims that he never received any payments despite a written promise that the funds would be wired to him. The jeweler argues in his suit that Mayweather owes him a total of $3,883,000, which also accounts for the necklace and ring that he allegedly failed to pay for. This isn't the only bit of controversy Tyga found himself in. Lately, last month, he was accused of once partying with a 13-year-old girl in a hot tub after she snuck into one of his parties. What? How come I never reported about this? Or at least I don't remember hearing about this. The unnamed woman appeared on the live stream of popular Kick streamer Fousey to play 2 girls one date when she made the revelation. Yeah, it's weird. Anyways, I don't understand these jewelers. Why do they give these motherfuckers the items before they pay? I don't give a fuck if you're Floyd Mayweather. I could give two shits who you are. Pay like everybody else. If it was me going in there trying to purchase a fucking Rolex, he wouldn't say, oh, you can put a down payment, you'll be all right. No, he would be like, yo, give me the money. I want the full money and you get your watch. But because he's Floyd Mayweather and because somebody's Tyga, they get a special treatment. Like, I don't understand these people. Like, this guy deserves to get scammed for being a dumbass and giving people special treatment. Like, who gives a fuck that he's Floyd Mayweather and he's Tyga? This is a regular human being that just managed to make a lot of money. That's the gist of all this shit when you really look at it. Floyd obviously worked his ass off, is an amazing boxer. Tyga, artist, whatever. I get it. They have talent in their fields. Okay, cool. Does that make them special and give them privilege? And no, man. I don't understand how they view celebrities so like they view them like gods. I'm a huge fan of 50 Cent. If I met 50 Cent, I might end up shedding some tears. The reason why is because 50's inspired me to do a lot of things. Like that through what he's been through. My parents, obviously my family's the number one, the inspiration, and then 50's second. So meeting 50, yeah, I'll be, emotional, but after that, it's just like he's just another human being at the end of the day. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh my God, 50, like I could care. Like I literally talked to Chamillionaire, which is one of my favorite artists of all time, and I didn't lose my mind and be like, oh my God, it's Chamillionaire. Like I just had a conversation with him. It was amazing. It was a fun hip hop conversation. And that's somebody that I always wanted to talk to, and I had that conversation. It was amazing, but I I wasn't stuttering or I don't understand. I've met celebrities. I don't get it. I don't know why they get this special treatment in this type of situations. But he's a moron. Like Floyd and Tyga should steal from him. Like don't give people special treatment, bro. But yeah, we'll keep our eyes posted on this. Very interesting. Nearly $4 million that both these people owe. So yeah, we'll keep our eyes posted. Irv Gotti has recently had a health scare. So let's go over the article. Irv Gotti quietly suffered a stroke earlier this year due to his battle with diabetes, but fortunately for the Murder Inc. mogul, he's on the mend. What is mend? A rep for Gotti confirmed with TMZ on Wednesday, August 28th, that the 54-year-old is recovering after suffering a minor stroke over 6 months ago. Irv has been struggling with diabetes for years, which caused him to have a minor stroke over 6 months ago. They said he has since changed his diet to eating more healthy. He's been successful in making a full recovery. Debunking rumors about the severity of his health scare, the rep added, Irv is not in a rehab facility. He is at home with his family enjoying life. Word of Irv Gotti's stroke was first made public by Wack 100 on Monday, August 26th, while speaking on Clubhouse. The veteran music manager, whose clients include The Game, Blueface, and 6ix9ine, claimed that he was tipped off by an employee at a stroke recovery center that Gotti had suffered a stroke. Wack said he was sent photos of Irv, including one showing him walking with a cane outside of a recovery center. He noted that Irv appears to have lost a lot of weight amid his alleged health problems. Gotti himself opened up about his diabetes while appearing on Drink Champs last year. 54 is not that old, but when you have health problems, that definitely, that definitely hits you. 54 isn't that old though. He should definitely be recovering a lot quicker, and he should be good. Of course, 50 Cent is going to take this opportunity to clown Irv Gotti. And I'll read what 50 said, but I want people to, I'll explain a little bit later. So 50 posted the photo of Irv, walking around with a cane. And then 50 in the caption said, damn, homie. In high school, you was the man, homie. What the fuck happened to you? I got the sickest vendetta when it come to the cheddar. You gonna play with my paper, you gonna meet my Beretta. Sorry, I was going off on that because that record's a classic. Then he said, I want Irv to get well so he can watch my next wave, LOL. Now, I know what people are going to say. 50's heartless. 50 is a piece of shit. 50 blah, blah, blah. He deserved to get shot 9 times because look how of a person he is. Let me remind you guys, because I know some people are going to comment these things and say 50's a, blah, blah, blah. Let me remind you guys that this is a person who allegedly had a role in getting 50 Cent shot 9 times, nearly killing 50 Cent. This is a person who had a role in that. So if somebody tried to kill you, yes, you would hate their guts, and yes, you would have no remorse for them. Right now, if Ja Rule suffered a stroke, 50 would be on his ass. Like, he would love it. The day that Supreme dies in prison, by the way, which I don't know how old he is right now. He's definitely, how old is Kenneth Supreme? The day that Supreme dies in prison, 50's going to have a field day, bro. Field day with the shit. He is 63. So I don't know how he's doing in prison, but hey, he's 63. He's going to turn 64 actually September 19th, so in a couple of weeks. So he's basically 64. And I don't know how he's doing in prison, but, it is what it is. If he dies, 50's going to have a field day. Like, he's going to fucking lose his mind. It's going to be a celebration. He's going to start popping champagne. And 50 said it. 50 himself said, if I die, like, I don't give a fuck. Don't wish well on me. Like, I'm dead. I don't give a fuck what you say or how you feel. He doesn't care about that. But see, I'm already seeing the comments. Look, one of the top comments is the karma from laughing at someone's health issues is something you don't want, fam. Like, bro, I don't understand how people don't understand this. These are individuals that tried to kill 50 to wipe him off the face of this earth, get rid of him. Like, if that happened to you, unless you are really, really the nicest, unless you found God to an extreme level, you would not forgive these people. Like, these are individuals that were gonna kill a man and leave a child fatherless, which 50 had a child, Marquise, or however his name is, and his mother fatherless. Like, that's the reality situation. This is somebody's son that's getting killed. This is like, that's what I mean. So at that point, all bets are off. I don't give a fuck about your health. I could care less about who you are, blah, blah, blah. Like, it doesn't matter. So people need to understand that when it's relating to Murder Inc. stuff, when it's relating to Irv Gotti, Ja Rule, Supreme, anything around that era that had anything to do with 50 getting shot or anything to try to blackball him, despise him, 50 doesn't give a fuck about those people. When Black Chaz died, 50 had no remorse for that guy. And I don't know, man. That's 50 for you. So, but yeah, we'll keep our eyes posted. It says he's recovered. He's doing well, which is great news, obviously. He is, a hip-hop legend, whether you like it or not. He's had his impact in hip-hop culture. And just a funny guy, man. The story he tells about hearing 50's in the club for the first time, I used that as the intro in the 50 versus Ja documentary, and it was just hilarious, bro. Very great storyteller. That's one thing I give Irv Gotti a lot. In interviews, he knows how to tell stories and make them interesting. But yeah, hopefully he fully recovers, which it says he did, but, hopefully he's good and he checked his health and he's working on it. Speaking of health issues, Scarface, one of the greatest, I think, hip-hop artists of all time. I put him in my top 10, I think. We can argue it, but I love Scarface. I think, obviously, in the South, he's top 5 all time. But Scarface has been admitted to a Houston area hospital, though details on what may have landed him there are scarce. On Saturday, August 24th, the Ghetto Boys legend shared a post on Instagram in which he has been seen lying in a hospital bed with a number of tubes and wires attached to his body. He did not offer details about his condition, only sharing the caption, "Ouch," 3 prayer hand emojis, grateful. However, gauging from the badge on the medical professionals tending to face in the photo, he appears to be in the ICU at one of Houston's methodologist hospitals, many facilities across the city. The post prompted comments for support from various people like Slim Thug, E40, DJ Premier, Twista, Crooked Eye, Manny Fresh, DJ Quake. So yeah, Scarface did have a kidney transplant back in 2021. His son is the one that donated a kidney, which is insane. But yeah, man, hopefully he gets better. He did lose a lot of weight. Seems like he got a lot healthier. So it's sad seeing, man, a lot of our hip-hop legends start to face health issues. And, they're getting older, man. The older you get, the worse things get if you don't take care of your body. So use this as a message to try to eat as healthy as you can. Try to get as much sleep as you can. Try not to stress out about things as much best as you can. I know we're all humans. We fuck up. We have a lot of things going on in our lives. But know that, exercise, sleeping well, eating well, will resort to you living a better life when you get older. Reward yourself in the future because your future self is going to love you or it's going to hate you depending on how you treat yourself in your 20s and 30s. I think 20s and 30s is where you have that window to do things properly. Obviously, 20s is the best time. I've kind of had my ups and downs in my 20s. I should have took them, I think, a little bit more serious health-wise, but now I'm getting more on a path, and I need to start staying on that path because I'm hitting my 30s pretty soon here, and I want to make sure I get things in order. So if you're in your early 20s listening to this or even your teens, get on it early, man. Build a habit really good early, and you'll be good for the rest of your life, man. So, yeah, we'll keep our eyes posted. Prayers up for Scarface. Drake is back at warning Kendrick Lamar. I think he's doing a lot of subliminal things again, and it's trying to get people riled up again about this Drake and Kendrick battle, potentially for a round 2. Yeah. He dropped another 100 gigs type of situation where he dropped a lot of files of behind-the-scenes footage. A lot of the stuff that I love from behind the scenes was the Nothing Was the Same era. I think that's Drake's best album, and I think that's his best era. Also, the 3 tracks he dropped, the No Face. I don't know the other 2 titles, man. I'm terrible with the titles on these, but they're all fire. This 3-pack drop was way better than the first one. The first one had that record with Young Thug and 21 Savage, which I enjoyed, but the other 2 tracks were ass cheeks. This 3-pack drop that just dropped, love it, man. I can't get enough of it. I think all 3 tracks are fire. And I'm glad Playboi Carti doesn't have a big voice in that No Face record. But yeah, in these clips, he posts, let's go over the article. On his burner Instagram account on Sunday, Drizzy shared a clip of former Detroit Pistons star Rasheed Wallace' famous interview where he guaranteed that the team would triumph over Indiana Pacers in Game 2 of the 2004 Eastern Conference Finals. This is what he had to say.
I'll put it in the front page, back page, middle page, wherever. Headliners, column 1 or 2, we will win Game 2. You're not backing off? We will win Game 2.
People are saying because of him posting that and on his burner account that he's gearing up for a second round with Kendrick Lamar. Now, one of Kendrick's close friends said that Kendrick's kind of moved on from Drake and is focusing on his album. So I don't know if Drake is... I don't know if is this specifically directed at Kendrick? It might be directed at A$AP Rocky and all other people he's beefing with. So I don't know. But I do know a lot of footage that he's releasing on this 100 gigs is to remind people that, hey, you used to fuck with me. You used to pray. Like, he has a clip with him and Kanye being cool. Like, you used to fuck with me and now you don't. Like, let's not get it twisted about the history and this stuff. And there's just a lot of dope footage in it. I think this is the most dope one, though. He previewed an unreleased Kendrick Lamar collaboration that was supposed to happen. Now, here's the interesting part about this beat. So in the clip, 40 plays this beat that he made. This beat, though, has an interesting history to it. And now it got even crazier, interesting history. So let me play the clip for you guys.
And it's like
just enough every time.
For him, where he's at, that's like I know he's gonna murder that shit. I know he is.
Yo, can you grab that for me, Husha? Please.
Oh, but when he told me Kendrick, it just made so much sense.
Know.
Oh, what was this brilliance? Oh, so good.
That beat, right? So first, that beat is fire. I loved it. Always loved it. The fact that they were talking about Kendrick behind closed doors positively, and there was no beef at that time. This is around the 2013 time, 2012, I think. Let me see what Drake's hair looks like on this, because usually you can tell by his hair because he changed his style up. Yeah, he didn't have anything. So this might be 2012. Take Care before the real issues, because around 2013 is when the issues happened. But the interesting thing about this beat is, one, it's fire. Two, they were thinking of having Drake and Kendrick on this beat, which would have sounded amazing. Now, we don't know if it was officially recorded, because people are speculating that, they talked about it, probably got Kendrick on the track, and it just never got released. But what ended up happening to the beat is Action Bronson got it on this track. Let me see what the title is, because I Acting Crazy. That's the title of the track. Now, the funny thing about this beat is 40 initially had this beat for 50 Cent. And it sounds like a 50 Cent beat. It sounds like something 50 would rap to, bro. And they're saying 50 recorded a song to this beat, but 40 ended up selling it to Action Bronson. The beat sounds something like 50 would murk, bro. So I'm pissed that never happened, obviously being the biggest 50 fan. But it is an interesting twist to this track. Like, this beat had so many interesting... Like, first it was supposed to be a Kendrick and Drake record, which would have been amazing in itself. Then you get Action Bronson, which is the actual story what ended up happening. So Action Bronson got it, which he did his thing. I think he did pretty good on it. But then you have a story of 50 potentially being on the record. So it's just, this clip is interesting because it shows that Drake was praising Kendrick behind the scenes, and they loved the fact that they were potentially going to work with Kendrick again. And who knows what happened, but obviously the timeline went different, and now they're enemies. So very interesting, man. Drake's doing these drops in a strategic way, man. I think he's dropping these things to remind people that, hey, I'm not the hater here. These guys switched up on me. That's why it's plot twist, and he's showing these little clips of like, hey, Kanye used to fuck with me. Kendrick used to fuck with me. All these people. I even said in one of the songs that he was dissing, I got footage of you bowing down. It's locked in the safe. You'll be all right. So I don't know. Maybe you might release the footage of somebody bowing down to him, showing love. Who knows who that was? Interesting, man. Interesting way of doing things. But, yeah, we'll keep our eyes posted and see if anything comes out of any of this stuff. But I'm sure Kendrick is keeping his eyes close and seeing what Drake is going to be saying and doing as these weeks go on. And that's why I really haven't done the Drake versus Kendrick battle, because, it could be a change in events that happens pretty soon here. That's something that adds to the story a lot. It hasn't officially been died out, at least on Drake's side of things. Kendrick, I think he's kind of moved on. The guy never talks on social media, never posts anything, so we don't know what he's thinking. But he did say if Drake continues to subliminally diss, he will go back at him and keep going at him. So, yeah, we'll see. RIAA certifications, let's go over it. Jay-Z got a lot of his updated, and I kind of want to I'm going to start this segment where, I want to talk about artists that get their RIAA certifications updated, and whenever they happen, I'll keep my eye open and report on it on the podcast. I think it's just something cool to see. But Jay-Z got a lot of his updated. Run This Town is now 6 times platinum. We gon' run this town tonight. I'm about to listen to that record. I haven't heard that in a minute, actually. I don't mind that track. I like that track. So it got updated just literally August 23rd, so very recently. 6 times platinum on that. Then you got Holy Grail, that also reached 6 times platinum. 99 Problems, that reached 3 times platinum. No Church in the Wild, Kanye, that reached 3 times platinum. Hard Knock Life, that reached 2 times platinum. And I Just Wanna Love You, that just reached platinum, man. So, congratulations, man. Congratulations to Jay-Z. And 99 Problems as well, reached 3 times platinum. So, very cool, man. Shout out to Jay-Z. Very cool. He, with those updates, he is now the 6th highest certified rapper of all time. Now, remember, guys, not every artist gets their stuff updated frequently. Jay-Z does often. Drake does often. Eminem does often. Kanye does often. Travis Scott just recently did Sicko Mode. He got his updated, and Sicko Mode fucking reached like 15 times fucking platinum. Sorry for cussing so much. Yeah, it's been certified 14 times platinum, which is now the 2nd highest RIAA certified song in rap history. So Travis Scott gets updated. So some artists get theirs updated like every 2 to 3 years. Some haven't gotten their updated since they fucking been making music, which is unfortunate. Like the best examples is like Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Lloyd Banks. It would have been amazing if Lloyd Banks got his stuff updated. One of my favorite artists. A lot of artists that I enjoy haven't gotten theirs updated since. Banks' Hunger for More hasn't been updated since its release, bro. On Fire hasn't been updated since its release. Like, lots of stuff that he's done. Look at that. Hunger for More reached platinum in September 2004. The album fucking came out in July, end of July, and already reached platinum by September. So right now it's probably 3, 4, 5 times platinum for all this time. I'm sure Rotten Apple is probably gold or platinum, or, like, he's gotten certifications for a lot of stuff that's just never been updated. On Fire, that was May 2005 when it reached gold. So, yeah, we'll keep our eyes posted, but shout out to Jay-Z, man. Accomplished a lot, did a lot of things. So, very, very dope, man. Very dope accomplishment. And then let's get into Billboard Hot 100, talking about charts and sales. Finally, at least the top 3 has changed a little bit, but Shabuzi with the Bar Song is still at number 1. It's been number 1 for a minute now, so shout out to him. I Had Some Help, Post Malone, Morgan Wallen, still at number 2. And then this is where things change. Die With a Smile, Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars debuted at number 3. And then Not Like Us went down to number 4, Kendrick Lamar. And then number 5, Birds of a Feather, Billie Eilish. Number 6, Chappelle Roan, Good Luck Babe. Number 7, Sabrina Carpenter, Espresso. Number 8, $1 Million Baby, Tommy Richmond. Number 9, Please, 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 Sabrina Carpenter. And number 10, Lose Control, Teddy Swims. Going down the list, SZA, Saturn, number 24. Like That, Future, Metro Boomin, Kendrick Lamar, number 26. Houdini, Eminem, number 30. Wannabe, Glorilla, Megan Thee Stallion, number 37. TGIF, Glorilla, number 44. Lots of Post Malone debuts because of his album. Whiskey, Moneybagg Yo, Morgan Wallen, number 59. 101 Gunna, number 64. Band for Band, Central C and Lil Baby, number 70. Damn, all the Eminem records besides Houdini have been falling off the charts. Yeah, Sexy Red and Drake, number 95. But I'm assuming that Somebody Save Me with Jelly Roll is probably going to get back on this chart because of the music video. Because you got to remember, like this week that we see this chart is from last week's performance. So a lot of people forget that. They think it's like very recent. So we'll probably see that Somebody Save Me record climb up the charts on Eminem as well. How much views does that have on YouTube? I'm really interested in seeing the views on that. Somebody save me from myself. Damn, 7.7 in 7 days. That's all right. That's not bad. Yeah, I should do definitely better than that. But hey, it is what it is, man. It's Slim Shady. I don't think he really cares at this point. He's already reached his peak and gotten billions of views. So, yeah, shout out to all you guys, of course, for supporting the podcast. Powered by the one and only Golden Eagle Energy Drink. Get your Golden Eagle Energy Drinks at drinkgoldeneagle.com/DMP. They sponsored all season 4 of the podcast, so show them love for showing us love. Spotify, Deezer, Pocket Cast, YouTube, all that. Enjoy the Diddy documentary, guys. Please show me love. Watch it. I'd appreciate it. Give me your feedback, all that. Have an amazing night, day, whenever you listen to this, and peace.